So the man quickly decides to agree to Seo Do-jun's request out of fear of his anger. But Seo Do-jun stops him again, telling him that there's something else he wants to know as well. Then Seo Do-jun asks him sharply and threateningly if Hong Hee-ju was the one who ordered him to kill him. The man clearly recalls in his mind the features of Hong Hee-ju when she gave him the order, but he remains silent and does not answer. Because of the man's silence, Seo Do-jun becomes even angrier and presses down hard on his face, demanding once again that he answer. The man screams in pain and terror, quickly confessing that Hong Hee-ju really did order him to do it. He explains that Hong Hee-ju hoped Seo Do-jun would fall so deeply into debt that he would be forced to commit suicide. Then the man adds, still screaming in terror, that this is exactly what Hong Hee-ju told him. Seo Do-jun remains calm after hearing this confession, while the man begs him to let him go. Seo Do-jun mocks the man's words about suicide, saying that this explains why he was locked inside the gate. The man immediately tries to defend himself, insisting that he knew nothing about the gate situation. He continues defending himself, saying that if Seo Do-jun died, he wouldn't get any money, so why would he send him there in the first place? Seo Do-jun listens to the man's words with interest and thinks quietly. Then Seo Do-jun suddenly remembers the name Kang Cheol-woo and says it out loud. Seo Do-jun explains to the man that Kang Cheol-woo was the one who put him in the gate and asks the man to bring him all the information related to this person by tomorrow. The man agrees immediately, visibly terrified. Seo Do-jun leaves the place calmly, leaving the men in a state of extreme fear and panic. As he walks, Seo Do-jun remembers his wish to live with his grandmother and his sister On-young in the safest house possible. Seo Do-jun decides to himself that he must work to achieve this goal as he walks with confident steps. Seo Do-jun obtains a hero identification card from the man he ordered to get it for him. Seo Do-jun uses the ID card on an electronic device to verify its authenticity. The device verifies the validity of Seo Do-jun's hero identification card and confirms it is valid. Nevertheless, a clear warning appears on the device, stating that Seo Do-jun's level is lower than the recommended level for entry. But Seo Do-jun mutters in annoyance that the man should have given him a higher rank, like rank A instead of his current rank. Seo Do-jun ignores the warning and confidently proceeds through the entrance, while the device continues to issue its warning. Information is provided about the Bamseum Gate, which is classified as B rank, but it is small, like a D rank gate, and authorities recommend not entering except as part of a team of 2 or more people. Nevertheless, the information also states that because the gate is structured as a tunnel, it only allows individual entry, which makes it difficult to complete except for those who are at least rank A. Seo Do-jun keeps advancing inside the gate, ignoring all the warnings that appear before him. The text explains that if he is unlucky, he might have to face hundreds of monsters alone, in a dark and narrow tunnel. Seo Do-jun begins facing the monsters, but he never seems afraid. Rather, he appears to enjoy the fight. Seo Do-jun's battle begins with a gigantic and fierce serpent-shaped monster. Seo Do-jun displays great skill as he dodges the snake's repeated and rapid attacks. The snake continues to assault Seo Do-jun, releasing poisonous venom from its fangs in an attempt to injure him. Seo Do-jun realizes that the monster is a black-fanged serpent, a type of extremely poisonous creature that can kill with even a small dose of venom. Seo Do-jun successfully lands a powerful and direct blow on the monster. He continues fighting with swift and skillful movements, delivering consecutive strikes to the beast. Seo Do-jun moves at high speed, trying to avoid the deadly venom the monster spreads around him. He manages to evade being poisoned and feels relieved by this success. He looks at the glove he's wearing, which has been splashed with some of the venom, and thinks to himself that at least he managed to profit 300,000 won from it. In a moment of intense focus, Seo Do-jun senses a quick movement from the monster and prepares to face it again. The monster attacks with great force, but Seo Do-jun blocks it with obvious ease. As a result of this confrontation, the monster is pushed forcefully backward, its venom spreading through the area. Seo Do-jun stands tall as he watches the monster fall before him, defeated. He approaches, searching for magic stones inside its body, but finds nothing, and calmly says there is no magic stone inside. Seo Do-jun confirms that, based on his previous experience, the probability of finding a magic stone inside a black-fanged serpent is less than 3%. Seo Do-jun realizes he needs to hunt hundreds of monsters to gather enough stones, and tells himself calmly that he should be prepared for this effort. He continues advancing through the gate, arriving at an area filled with bones and monster corpses. A massive skull appears before him, and Seo Do-jun wonders if this is the gate's boss monster. Seo Do-jun raises his head to confirm the presence of the boss monster and prepares to face it. The boss monster appears before him, a colossal serpent with glowing green eyes. Sao Dojun feels relieved that the boss monster showed itself, saying he didn't know the way to it, so this is very convenient. Sao Dojun decides to attack immediately and end the battle quickly. However, he is surprised to discover that his attacks do not reach the monster's body. He wonders to himself why his strikes aren't able to effectively hit the monster. Sao Dojun continues his attempts, moving swiftly as he dodges the boss monster's attacks. He finally succeeds in landing a very powerful blow on the monster. The boss monster screams in pain and shock after receiving that fierce blow. Sao Dojun continues fighting with extremely fast and powerful strikes. He moves with great agility, dodging the boss monster's attacks and delivering another strong blow. Sao Dojun manages to land a finishing blow on the boss monster, confirming his dominance in this battle. As the confrontation between Sao Dojun and the giant serpent continues, Sao Dojun realizes, just as he expected, that the skin of this monster is extremely tough and completely different from the previous monsters he faced, to the point that his strikes have no effect on it. Sao Dojun stands there, wondering to himself what he can do now, wishing he could regain his former strength, because a monster like this would have been easily defeated before. At that moment, Sao Dojun notices something lying on the ground next to him and turns his attention to it. He approaches to discover that the object he noticed is an old sword lying on the ground. Sao Dojun examines the sword closely and decides that, even though it is old, he has no other option but to use it. Sao Dojun confidently picks up the sword from the ground, remarking that the value of a sword lies in the skill of the one who wields it, not in its quality or age. Now, Sao Dojun prepares to face the monster using the sword, saying that he will borrow this weapon for a while. Sao Dojun attacks the monster fiercely with the sword, delivering a powerful strike to the monster, which seems unable to respond. During his assault, Sao Dojun tells the monster that it should consider it an honor to be destroyed by his hand. The monster lets out a loud scream of pain after receiving the blow from Sao Dojun. Sao Dojun continues delivering successive sword strikes, asserting his complete control over the battle. These consecutive attacks cause severe damage to the monster, which is now clearly losing the fight entirely. After the confrontation ends and the monster falls, Sao Dojun notices a stone falling quickly from the monster and catches it before it is lost. Feeling relieved because losing the stone would have been a disaster, Sao Dojun moves away from the defeated monster, calmly watching its corpse as he examines the sword he used. He notes that it's a bit short for a longsword, but says that the sword could be useful if its edge were sharpened a bit. Sao Dojun leaves the area, expressing his satisfaction with the results he achieved, considering them better than what he got in the previous Namsan Gate. Sao Dojun exits the gate late at night, feeling annoyed that a single B-rank gate took him so long to complete. Sao Dojun tells himself firmly that regaining his strength is now his top priority. Sao Dojun feels relieved that his old comrades did not see him in his current state, which he considers weak compared to what he once was. The scene shifts to a mana stone shop, where a man takes out the stones he collected and places them on the table. The shopkeeper tells the man that he has a good number of stones, but reminds him that the usual commission is 40%. The man tries to object, saying that this commission is too high, and asks the shopkeeper to lower it since he is a regular customer. The shopkeeper clearly responds that the store's commission is the lowest among other shops, and that the base commission at the gate center is 5%. The shopkeeper also confirms that the store keeps no sales records, meaning the man won't have to pay any taxes on the amount he receives. The man agrees, convinced that this really is to his benefit. After that, the man curiously asks the shopkeeper what happened to his face, which clearly looks injured. The shopkeeper replies angrily and with frustration that he doesn't want to talk about it, explaining that a crazy person broke into the place, beat the guards badly, and injured him as well. The customer jokes that maybe the defeat was because the guards he hired were only C rank, and explains to him the difference in real abilities at each rank. Then the man wonders whether the abilities of someone working as a shop guard could ever compare to those of a hero who risks his life fighting monsters. The man leaves the shop with a smile, telling the shopkeeper that they are not strangers and that he can ask for his help anytime he needs it. Sao Dojun continues on his way calmly inside the shop after the other man leaves. The employee who was previously beaten notices his presence and is overcome with terror when he sees him again. The employee's face shows clear signs of fear and shock. Suddenly, the employee screams, pointing at Sao Dojun and telling the large man next to him that this is the person who assaulted him. The large man is surprised by the accusation and looks at Sao Dojun, wondering if this young man was really the one who caused all this chaos, describing him as tall and handsome. The large man approaches Sao Dojun angrily and asks if he was the one who caused trouble in the place. emphasizing that it's inappropriate for a hero to hit a regular person.